I suppose I should make part 2 of this Jeranism video with 7 reasons flat earthers were dropped on the head as a child. I'm sure that's what it was called. Oh well, if I'm wrong, does anyone actually care? No. So let's roll an intro and then I can start to swear. Ooh, rhymes.
Or they don't mention the Chicago skyline, where the globe calls for the buildings to be hidden completely. But we can look at the Skunk Bay footage, the time-lapse footage, and see how weather affects our views of distant shores and how atmospheric effects can account for everything that we see and everything that we can't.
I feel like this is the same point as the last one. It's just showing that mirages exist. Superior mirages at that, and just to give a bit more information on them that I can't do because I'm not that intelligent to give a good explanation, we'll just go... leave that there for a bit so everyone can look at it and go, oh, right, okay, so because of the light rays bending down, it looks like it's higher to us. Brilliant! There's full explanation on this. It's been covered by many a channel. And we're back in the room. Now, I think we'll get on with the rest of his points and hope to goddamn God they're not as fucking stupid as that.
Or how they explain our observations without assuming the Earth is a giant ball in space, just like density and buoyancy can completely explain gravity. And the only thing they can't explain, of course, is how the Earth became a sphere. No, gravity, this unseen force, must exist because everything must pull to the center. It's required by the model that has been built on for hundreds of years.
Okay, density and buoyancy fucked up with one basic example. Felix Baumgartner, or whatever, jumped out of a perfectly good balloon and went down. He went down through air that was getting more dense. So what was providing the direction? Because the air above him was less dense. Surely he should have gone up, through the path of least resistance. Why didn't he go sideways? Why didn't he go and fall down? The density and buoyancy argument doesn't provide a direction. It just says, yes, heavier things fall down through a medium. Okay. Why? What in your world is providing that fucking direction? Fucking nothing. It also leaves you with this big, huge opening of tides. And yeah. We'll just move on from that one, shall we? Because, don't want to strain the flat earthers who might be watching this brains too much where they go, no, that's when things go down! Nah!
How about ignore asteroids and meteors, or who chooses which gravity? Einsteinian, where it's isn't a pull force but a push force because mass bends the fabric of space-time? Or is it Newtonian gravity? Which one are we actually looking at?
What about asteroids? That was like the quickest brush over of that in the entirety of fucking anything. Was that, well, we'll have to mention them and just say they're fake and these things don't really happen. Even though people see them coming down, see them fucking shooting through the sky. Is it because you have no explanation for meteors and meteorites? Oh dear, yeah, that would be a problem for you, wouldn't it? Bringing up something that you've got no actual explanation for. And even worse when people like NASA and things can predict and say, yes, there's going to be a meteor storm. There's going to be a show you can see in the sky because of them coming past. Okay. And you just basically showed your basic misunderstanding of gravityness when you went, oh, is it Einsteinian or Newtonian? Well, Einstein built on Newtonian gravity. They don't technically replace. It's just a deeper understanding of it. I mean, this is just getting moronically stupid at this point. And I'm sure that's like 4 points now. Wasn't this 7 reasons to start with? Are your counting skills that fucking bad? Or are you counting like the 2 bits for mirages as 1? In which case that's 7. In which case this video can end. But as I can see from my video timeline down here, it's not fucking ended. Fuck a duck.
Don't mention that NASA trains in a pool, as if this training was anything like space, with somebody swimming behind you, carrying all your cords and handing you all your tools. If that doesn't happen in space, why the hell would we practice like that? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
So, how do you suggest they train for space? You know, in an environment where if you accidentally slipped with your screwdriver and caught your suit and maybe tore it, that death could ensue? So, I think having the water in that sort of environment is rather handy there. And then, using buoyancy and ropes, you can sort of work out that zero G-ness and get a sort of feel for it, can't you? It's the closest on Earth we can actually get to it. And you have the vomit comet, but then that's a bit awkward because you're only going to get 30-second sort of passes. So your problem is what? You don't like it, therefore it not real. Because that's about all you're doing at the moment. You've actually provided nothing apart from denial and stupidity. I suppose liaridity as well. It's my new word of the day just because it seems to fit.
How about the idiotic design of the ISS, that no engineer would ever put every operating cable and control and cord and multiplexer, demultiplexer, all of it they put on the outside of the craft? It makes no sense. It's actually embarrassing to think that any engineer would come up with that design. The impossibility of it, or that it's maintained and cleaned by a 3-person crew.
Now, do you do your voice work and then someone else does the video for you? Because if you do the voice work and the video, that was just the most stupid fucking 15 seconds I think I've ever witnessed and heard at the same time. You complain in one hand that everything is on the outside of the station and everything has to be maintained from the outside of the station. All the cables, everything. And then show a picture of the inside of the station with all the wires and connectors and things inside so they can easily be accessed. Right. That was a bit fucking stupid. I'm guessing this is an old video because you're saying, oh, maintained by a crew of 3. Isn't there like 7 on the ISS at the moment? And back in April, wasn't there like 11? Also, the more people you have up there, the more supplies you've got to take them. You do realise this, don't you? They're not growing food on the ISS. You didn't think any of this shit through, did you? It's like you want to be the stupidest person on the internet. Is it a crown you guys strive towards? Like, I want to be the stupidest this year. I'm going to come out with the most ridiculous stuff about flat Earth ever, and my stupid supporters are going to believe it. Because that's what's weirder, that people actually believe your crap. Fuck me.
I mean, that is ridiculous. The amount of cleaning and dusting and everything else that would need to be done on that, and the seal protection, and it's just not there. You know, if they get a leak because they're little O-rings, well, you got a leak. Then you do a spacewalk, I guess. Don't mention the $53 million a day. That might be a little bit too much for people to grasp. Like, what do you mean? Who gets $53 million a day? NASA does. What do they do with it? I don't know. Launch rockets about once a month into the sky. They go pretty. And then they do a sonic boom from the sky, and people like Red's Rhetoric have an orgasm? Oh, that's the only thing I really noticed.
Oh dear, $53 million a day. Oh, so much money. I mean, what is it? 0.5% thereabouts of the US budget. Nowhere near what they spend on military. In fact, actually less than they spend on secret operations within the military and espionage and things like that. So you do need to probably worry more about that. But you do agree that they do have to send rockets up because they have to make this money look like it's going somewhere, don't they? So they pay other companies to build the rockets. These books are visible, so you can see that, yeah, that many million have gone over there. And then they're going to build a, say, a satellite. Okay. Now, the problem is, the parts have to be ordered, the parts have to be made, the time has to be spent to make them. So, there again, that money's got to be spent making the parts. It's got to be shown saying, well, we've made this technical breakthrough with this circuit board that we can now do this. Or we've discovered that if we're doing this in a building process, we can do this, and we can use it in the rest of the world, because NASA does give technology out to people. Go, look, we've discovered this, everyone can use it now. Brilliant. So it shows that work's actually going on. So the money's having to be spent to pay people to build rockets, to build satellites, and basically to keep things going for this giant deception. Doesn't seem like the best way to guarantee it as a money sort of thing, because who's actually profiting from the money? The people with jobs? They're still having to go and do work, because in theory, in your sort of understanding of it, they're having to fake all this work. So it means they're having to make up data to give out to other people. But what's worse, they have to make up data that people then can check. So the data has to be accurate. That doesn't work either for you, does it? And what about, like, all the other space agencies on Earth? Are they doing it for the same reasons? That just seems like a crazy lost amount of money. The only people who are actually making money would be people like Elon Musk making rockets. But then, why does that matter? He's paid to build a rocket that he makes some profit on. So, in theory, if the American government wanted to get rid of money to do profit people off, I don't know, they could just build more cars and they'll pay for cars for everyone in America, because that should, like, do more for you. I don't fucking know. But it seems, nor do you, but it's your fucking theory of fucking stupidity. Why do flat earthers not think any of this shit through? If I said, I'm going to give you £100, I need you to put on a fake fucking rocket show, but the rocket show's going to cost you £100, would you fucking bother? Why would you?
Let's see. We don't mention that there's no cameras on the moon looking back at Earth, because if we can get to the moon so easily, we can put all these robots there, and we can put the LRO to go around and take pictures. We can do all that. What a godsend it would be to sit a camera on the moon, face the Earth. There would be no more questions about eclipses. We could show it in all the schools, but they don't have it. Wonder why. How about the fact that there's no 24/7 video feed of the Earth from the craft that's in orbit of the Earth? Nope. It's on the dark side sometimes, so we gotta shut off the cameras. Otherwise, we'd have to, like, beam them off satellites back to Earth. Whew, that'd be way too hard.
You do realise NASA isn't there to prove to you the Earth isn't flat. NASA's there to explore space. What benefit would they actually have from having a camera and a rover going about just showing fucking Earth from the moon? We've been there. We've taken pictures of it. There's no more scientific basis to be gained from having that. It would be a waste of money. But more importantly, would you believe it? Wouldn't you just say, no, it's CGI. No, it's all fake. See, these Himawari pictures that are like every couple of minutes from space are just made really quickly to match all the weather patterns and things. So they've got the technology to do it. So why would you believe a live fucking camera feed? What in your head would make that tick? But all the other evidence that we have for Earth not being fucking flat doesn't work. You're just gripping at straws and wanting something and looking for reasons not to believe. I've got a feeling this video is just going to start repeating shit. Because there's still 6 minutes to go, but apparently there's only 7 reasons I was dropped on my head as a child. Fuck me.
Don't mention that there's boats over the horizon. Big mistake there, but it wasn't mentioned by IFL Science. Yeah, the fact that, hey, you know when boats go away, they disappear behind what looks like the horizon to your eye. Pull out your camera, zoom in, and there's the boat again. Yeah, imagine that. It didn't actually go over any curve, did it?
Is this just basically the same argument for with mirages? With a mixture of resolving an image that your eye can't see, but a camera, because it's zoom, can, but it's still eventually, no matter how good the camera, you're not going to be able to see the fucking boat. And that the bottom of the boat is disappearing more. Even though, on a flat surface, the top of the boat should be further away. Because angles, hypotenuse, fucking all that jazz. Move on to fucking something original at this point.
They don't mention that. Yeah, leave out the idea of plane flights that make no sense on the globe, ones that travel from southern South America up north to, say, Frankfurt, and then down to Dubai or...
Covered before many fucking times. Greater circle routes, the most economically viable fucking flight paths. What's going to get the most people on a plane paying for fucking tickets? But with all of that, you still had the flight the other week saying from South America to Australia is the repatriation flight for people who'd got stuck because of COVID and all that jazz, which in your fucking stupid flat earth pizza world wouldn't fucking be able to fly that far or that fast because of the fucking distances. Oh, it's like the same shit over and over that just shows how little fucking research do you even own a ball to figure out what a greater circle fucking route is? Oh, dear me, move on.
How about the lack of undersea cables from Australia or New Zealand to South America, or the lack of cruises between the same two places? They don't mention that at all.
Yep, let's definitely not mention the fact that those cruises exist. You can leave from New Zealand, get on a boat, and end up in Argentina on a 32-day sightseeing cruise through Antarctica. Yeah, that doesn't work with any sort of your shit, does it? Because apparently you can't even go to Antarctica. But yeah, there's a cruise that goes through the oceans that leaves New Zealand and goes where you say it doesn't go. And then let's just ignore the fact that in 2019 Brazil was drawing up plans to do a $500 million undersea cable to go from Brazil and join up to the digital hub network in Sydney. So that doesn't work. Yeah, there was a delay of COVID. We were looking at 2019. We're now 2021. You go, see, it's never going to happen. Yeah, except now the price has dropped to $388 million. Argentina, Brazil, and Chile are all cooperating with this, with possible other South American countries looking to join in on it as well, to basically increase the digital standing within South America. That doesn't work for you either, does it? No. Well, let's hope the next point's not fucking mainly stupid either, then.
Don't mention the Earth.nullschool site removed the AE map once people started to catch on to the fact that everything made sense on the AE map.
No, because nothing makes sense on the AE map. Look, here's Australia, posted over North America. Do you notice how much bigger Australia looks? Now, to break down some numbers, Australia's about 7.6 million square kilometres. The continental United States, so just the 48 states, not including Alaska or anything like that, is just over 8 million square kilometres. And yet, if you look at Australia because of this map, it looks fucking huge. I mean, I'm sure if we cut that up and paste it over, we could fill fucking America and fucking Canada and fucking Alaska at that point with how much is left over. The AE map is only good for going, oh yeah, roughly, okay, that's roughly where things sort of be along a longitude, not along the latitude. Everything is stretched and distorted, and it's fucked up. This is why in your mind you think there can't be flights between here and here, because it should take fucking years to get that far. The fact there's a boat race, or was a boat race, around fucking Antarctica really fucks up with your plans, because it's there, it's timed, it's tracked by people who enjoy this shit. Oh, there's more of this video left, and I'm not doing a part 3. It's just, that will fucking do. This video's gone on long enough as it is. The first one was a decent length as well. Oh, fucking me. Right. I hope you've all enjoyed these 2 parts of mine fucking dumbwittery. Oh, because I know I haven't. Christ alight. I'm obviously going to be away for 2 weeks. So I probably won't be at the premiere for part 1 or the premiere for this one because, yay, time off. Woo. But if you've got any video suggestions, things, anything you want me to do when I come back, leave them down below. If they don't get posted straight away, that's because YouTube's links doesn't like them and they get hidden. But I'll check them. I shall have a look. There's a few people who have sent me a few awesome things, but unfortunately I think by the time I've got to them, the time has passed for them. Really sorry about that, but thank you very much for sending links. Please don't think I'm ignoring any links that get sent. They do go into a list, and they will get looked at some point. Apart from that, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you very much, members, patrons, everyone who comments, likes, and makes these videos possible, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good night.
Test, part 2, test, audio and video.
Test, audio test. With the right microphone this time.